Oh, hello,
Hi.
and welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name is Luke. Actually, you know what? You want to hang out and just wait for somebody else to get in here?
We can. Or we
Oh,
can go. It's up to you.
I'm being hit with an ad right now, so give me a hot second.
An ad?
Then let me mute myself. Jeez, that's ridiculous. Oh, okay.
Excellent.
Yeah, we're live. We're live. This is
Great.
live.
That's what
Um,
happens when you're live. Fun
we're
things,
live.
wild things can happen.
Wild stuff. Let's just start. Hello, and welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name is Luke.
And I'm Emily. Hello. Tonight, I'm a little discombobulated. As you can see, my setting is a little different. I'm in a hotel for a work situation. So, welcome. Tonight, it's chapters 18 through 21 of A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas.
Yes, and if this is the first time you come to here, just know, come to here, come to us, whatever. If this is the first time, understand I'm new, slightly virgin-esque to this kind
Mhm.
of content. This is my third book in this kind of stuff. So I have the wonderful, the glorious, the often far too charismatic Smut Oracle here to kind of guide me through section by section of this book, as well as the first two books and my journey through Romantasy. So, before we get started, if you want to support the channel, you can. There's going to be Amazon links in the description below. Just buy a book or really anything else, and you can help us do what we love to do, which is the smutting. Also, we have a membership. It's $2 a month. Please join if you want, but it just buys us a cup of coffee. It's not that special. It's just like, hey, we like your content, and you guys make me laugh every once in a while whenever you run. So that's all we've got for the. Without further ado, I guess I'm going to let the Smut Oracle take it away, and she's going to tell us the recap.
It's a recap. So, tonight we're going to start off with the unfortunate realization that if they want real numbers for this war, they're going to have to go to the hewn city and ask Kier and the Darkbringers for aid. You know, the people who hate them and absolutely cannot be trusted. So, that's fun. Before that, Feyre asks Azriel to teach her how to fly, and he agrees. She also asks Nesta to help by acting as an ambassador and sharing her story, and she says absolutely fucking not, which honestly tracks for her.
Yep.
Feyre and Rhys finally stop side questing against each other and agree to act like a united front. They also compare trust lists, which is mostly just names being crossed out. Feyre clears the air with Cassian too, and he admits he's furious with both of them, and they let that sit without pretending it's fine. So that's some character growth, begrudging addition. Then Az gives Feyre her first flying lesson, which is less about flight and more about the fact that cardio alone cannot help you. Lifting and core training is equally important. A fact most women know but want to ignore, myself included. Reese takes Feyre to the library beneath the House of Wind, a sanctuary for women and survivors of abuse, where they research everything they can about the wall and the cauldron and come to a brutal conclusion. They don't have the numbers. So Feyre proposes a solution that is extremely on brand. What if they just used the monsters instead? Which means visiting the Bone Carver again, which is one of Luke's favorite characters. She does not tell Amryn this, though, because she does value her life. Meanwhile, Amryn is training Nesta, who has agreed to help on one condition. When this war is over, the King of Hybern and all of the human queens are dead. And she wouldn't be mad about it if it was at her hand. Cold blooded. And we do love to see it. So these chapters are about alliances, honest conversations, failed cardio, and Feyre choosing the nuclear option with confidence. So, Luke, are you ready?
Oh yeah. No one comes to the kitchen couch for the food. Let's hit it. Look, there's a ton of setup in this. There's a ton of setup, and it's juicy. It's like
Mhm.
juicy. I love the little spiciness that we get in the library. Actually, I love that. I was in the wrong place reading that. Um, um, Facts. I was not in the right place to be reading that section. Yeah. I was walking outside where there was people, and I wasn't dressed appropriately, meaning I was wearing sweatpants and and a coat because it was cold out. And I was just like, "Oh boy, put this out. There are kids about." Um, Because to me, that part is just as stimulating as the other parts of the spicy, the fun. I mean, that when they're like kind of playing with each other, it's a dark corner of a library, deep, whatever. We'll get to it. The Nessa stuff is on brand, like we're talking about. It was whatever, but the like her like having performance issues getting the wings out maybe made me laugh the most because I was just like, oh yeah, performance issues been there. It sucks. And Azure was like,
She's like, let me spell.
Azure was like, yeah, you need to keep them up. You need to keep it up. Keep it up. Don't let it. It's I don't know. I thought the performance issues plus that had me going. So that's where.
Like, do you need me to turn around?
It was perfect. It was hilarious. It's like, oh boy, are you too insecure right now? You don't. This is the first time we've actually heard old Azrael speak like this. Oh, my hair's all jacked up. This. Oh, that's even worse. This is the first time we've heard old Azrael speak. Right. This is like the first time we've done. Oh Jesus.
I mean, it's like it's this is the first time we've had like quality one-on-one time with Azrael where he wasn't just like telling us information. He's actually, I think, like helping. He's also letting her in a little bit as well. We find out that she modeled her wings, they're Azrael's wings. Which wouldn't you think she would have known Rasanne's a little more intimately, but she picked Azrael's, which I think is fun. It's also, that's back in the day when we were like gossiping about wingspan. Azrael's wings were the biggest, the biggest wingspan. So I do think it's kind of funny that she picks his.
It's kind of funny. I'll tell you, when I read that, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Because, and this is personal. Oh, also, by the way, y'all who are watching live, and there's some of you, thank you for watching. Put a comment in the chat. Like, let us know how we're doing. Let us know what you think about. We would love to hear from you because we will literally talk at you and with you. That's the name of the game here. However, going back to the wings, when I was playing Halo way back, and I didn't own an Xbox, my brother went off to college to play and blah, 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 do his thing. He came home and we finally got an Xbox. We were playing Halo and he was like, oh yeah, you got to play inverted. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. It's like a joystick. So you pull down on the joystick and it pulls the nose of the gun up, right? And back down. And then everything else is normal. And yeah, that's not normal. So I just learned like the person who trained me. And I think it's appropriate actually for her to model her wings after Azrael because she's just doing what her trainer is doing, right? Doesn't that make sense to you?
Well, her wings are the ones that she summoned. It's not like she's summoning new wings every time. The wings that she learned how to summon, she learned and she summoned his instead of any of the others that she had seen. And again, she's an artist, right? So she sees them, she's seeing the detail, and she's emulating her own after whatever she's seen. So she picks his, and he kind of notices that as well. He's like, oh, these are actually my wings. Got it. Cool. Well, then I can help you with that because they're mine. So yeah. Let's get into it.
The other last funny part is it's the very first line in chapter 20. I've never been to a library before. And I was like, of course you're not, you dumb bitch. You've never been able to read before. That's exactly what I said out loud while reading this moment. I was like, of course you haven't. You're stupid. You can't read. That's coming from someone who has had trouble reading my entire life up until like 5 or 6 years ago. It's pretty harsh. But
that is funny. Pretty hard. That's pretty harsh. But I will say funny. We do find out why she's never been in a library, and that's basically because they burned them instead of letting the humans have access to what could possibly be magic that could be used against them.
Exactly.
So that one really wasn't on her.
I want to be very clear about my usage of the word bitch. Now I would use that for a male too. I don't care. Like if you are one, you are. It doesn't matter. It's not a sexual orientation thing. But yeah, the library stuff was sick. I do want to get to the library because the library section is my favorite part of this section. Mm-hmm. Can we jump to the beginning and just do that little sort of jousting that we do? I love that part.
Absolute noodle. So
Thank
the
you.
first part, we basically are having to deal with the fact that we have to go to the Court of Nightmares, and it's just the worst for Moore. She's not a big fan. She doesn't want to have to interact with them more than she absolutely has to. But we do find out, I think, some important information about the Darkbringer Legion that Kier is over, which is they don't have to follow Reese, even though Reese is their leader. Kier is their steward,
Right.
and they don't have to agree to support the Night Court in war, which I found kind of interesting, that we would literally have that much separation between, because as far as the Court of Nightmares and the Hewn City are aware,
Right.
they're kind of like, I don't know. There's a difference between we have the Illyrian warriors and then we have the Darkbringers, and still under the same court. You would think because they're in court, they would have to, assimilate and fight for the leader of that court. And we find out
Right.
that's absolutely not true at all.
Yeah. It is interesting. It's on brand for Rysand. My fear is, and this is one of my prognostications, this group will turn on Rysand when Hybern shows up, and it's like
Mm.
you don't actually have to. If you already don't have to listen to this guy, then don't listen to this guy. And it feels like that's about to happen.
Mm.
I do feel for more, man. You know how I feel about old girl. She's an absolute weapon, a dog, savage, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Need more in my life.
Need more. Need more.
Need-
More.
Yes.
You
It's
sound a little bit like Feyre. More. 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 More.
I'm just aching for it. Um,
She is
yeah,
too,
but
honey.
boy. She, yeah, more. I mean, there's two parts to it that I feel for her. And the first part is the trauma, right? The trauma is on the nose, it's on the face. The other part is the masking,
Hmm.
which is even worse. Like, as much as she hates the people or hates the circumstance, she doesn't want to hate, obviously. You can
Hmm.
tell, well, you're like, oh, she's not a hateful person. So part of
Right.
it is masking too, that she's like, yeah, I play this character, this hateful individual that I hate now for whatever reason.
Hmm.
I feel
Hmm.
awful about it. So it's a thing. I feel sad about it. I do kind of dislike Nesta in this section where she's like, yeah, I'm not going to let you use my trauma to further your goals, but I'll help you like kill people. I'll help you in like
Oh yeah.
very black and white. It's very, I don't want to be vulnerable. It's like, all right, you
Well,
want me to
she's like, I'm not gonna like parade my trauma out for you, which I respect in some ways for sure. But
sure.
for her to be like, but also I will agree to train as long as I can enact my revenge, which is my trauma talking. So I'm not gonna put my trauma on a parade for you, but I will use that as the thing that I demand to have happen before I even pretend to do what you're asking me to do.
Does it feel like it's a no simply because she wants to hold some power?
I think that a lot of times Nesta is just not interested in doing anything that people want her to do. Like she's very happy to be contrarian for being contrarian's sake.
Okay.
And I think part of that is maybe habit. Like she's done it for so long. She's been so spiteful for so long for no reason other than to be contrarian. And those habits are hard to break.
It's the main reason I ask, and it might be like a firstborn child situation and dealing with the things that she dealt with. Um, I don't know. I like just
Neither of
having.
which are firstborn children. So bold of us to make these assumptions, but yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah, preeminent children. I'll say, not maybe even firstborn, but preeminent. The because I okay. So full disclosure, I was raised by people who were the preeminent people in their generation. like of the cousins. Well, I think my mother has a cousin who's older than she is, but not by much. And they're like, so they're seen as like a number one in their generation. I might be super wrong about that, but whatever. Either way, they're seen as a number one. So like, it's interesting as like a middle child for me to like communicate to them, because I'm like, oh, you have no idea what my experience is, and you don't. It doesn't even compute for you. Like you see acting out as something, as a product instead of a symptom, and so because it just doesn't occur. And when I see Nesta, I see someone who maybe fantasized to be her own mother. Maybe this is a lot of headcanon, but like fantasized to be her own mother, and then the situation got worse and worse and worse and worse, and she didn't get
Which
to
is
be her own mother,
it's
right? And she
interesting though, because Nesta is the oldest, so she actually had more time with their mom than any of the others
That's what I'm
did.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
And
and part of,
yeah,
like, she for sure blames her dad for her mother's death, even though it might not have been his fault. Like, she's currently in a situation right now where she has zero control over her faculties, or faculty, wrong word, but her situation. And so when they
mhm,
were like, "Hey, we need you to do this thing. Are you down?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'll figure it out." And
right.
also, there's this other thing that we'd like you to do, and it would be super super helpful. And they're like, she's like, nah, I'm not gonna let you do that, for like, I'm good. And it's like, but yeah, is this just control? Like, you just
Mm.
want some semblance of control. You're not in your own home. You're in a foreign place. You're in a foreign body. The whole thing. And anyway, I'm surprised no one said, if you don't do this, Elaine will probably die. They didn't
Yeah,
say that to her.
well,
I'm surprised no one, like,
no,
the odds are overwhelmingly bad here. We're being
they
nice to
are.
you, but like,
Yeah,
this dude right here is the most powerful person on the planet, except for maybe the King of Hybern, maybe, which we find out later. It's a
right,
straight maybe. And then
right.
that chick right there is a demon. We don't really know what she is. And then that chick's a powerful person. And those two dudes are awesome. And they have other dudes who are just like them. And we are overwhelmed with what we're about to face. It's she could have very been like, hey, everything you love will be gone if you don't do this. And it's not that hard of a decision. The fact that you're not doing it is really petty. But they didn't
But
do it.
I think no, because yet again, and I think Feyre might have said something like this, yet again, it's choice with Reese. How
Yeah.
he rules, his leadership style is that everyone gets to make their own choice and everyone gets to buy in the way that they feel they need to. And so, yes, they absolutely could have emotionally manipulated her into doing what they wanted by laying out the truth of the matter, which is that odds are not good, and if you want Elaine to live, because she's the only person you seem to care about, then maybe you should do this. They could have done that, but they don't, because that's just not the leadership style. They want everyone to have buy-in, and to come to the conclusion to at their own merit in their own right.
Right. And I think it's just as appropriate that way. And I think it's just as appropriate to be like, they have hundreds of thousands. We have 10,000s. It's one of my favorite things is when people compare, like, what's the difference between $1,000,000 and $1 billion, right? And then they're like, oh, 1,000,000 seconds is this big. 1,000,000,000 is this big. And I'm 6'7" and I'm reaching fingers all the way out. You can't tell. Like, it's unfathomable how different they are. And like, no one has been like, hey, honey, like, I'll make it real simple for you. Here's a circumstance. Like,
Hmm.
even if you did do that, we still a lost cause, probably. Like,
Hmm.
but you know what? If you don't, we'll figure it out. But anyway, I
Yeah.
always my brain during like Lord of the Rings or whatever, when it's like orcs are going across the West Bank, and he's like, how many? 10,000 at least, 10,000. And I'm like, oh, but that's only what I play video games. That's like, what, 7 per person? You can kill 7 orcs per person. So, anywho, we talked about Nesta too long, and Nesta's no one's favorite character. So,
I mean, for some people, she is.
I'm sure
Not, yeah. For
those
some
people
people, for sure.
those people for sure tattletale on their teammates at work because they because they're slightly angry with them. Anyway,
I mean, there's a lot of people that are nesta girlies. So we'll get there.
throw it in the comments. I'd love to know. Honestly, I'd love to meet these people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, there are a lot of them for sure. So that's when we find out basically like, hey, we'll go do whatever you want. She says, I'll do whatever you want as long as like those bitches are dead. Let's be done. Which I think is awesome because nobody really knows what's happening with the queens at this point. Even Azriel cannot confirm or deny. Like, did they go in the cauldron? Did they not? Like, no one really knows yet what's going on with them. So I think that's fun. So we get right back into this next the rest of this chapter is basically addressing some of the issues that you had with Feyre and Rhys last time, as far as like when she snapped back at him, like all the things. They just flat out have a conversation about it, which this is one of my favorite things because this is the absolute opposite of a miscommunication trope. Like, this is healthy communication in relationships. Like, thank you, SJM, for modeling this for us because we need more of this in our lives. So Rhys and Feyre have a conversation about it, just straight up, and are like, here's what's going on, here's what I'm worried about. And she basically says like, hey, earlier today when all of this happened, like, I'm sorry that I snapped at you. And he says, why in hell would you be? I insulted your sister. You defended her. You had every right to kick my ass for it. And she said, I didn't mean to like undermine you. And he's like, is that why things were weird earlier? Because I definitely felt like things were weird and I wasn't really sure why. You were going through a lot. Like, but that's it? Okay. No. Hey girl, like, you have every right to question me, push me, both in private and in public. And she's like, well, I just wanted us to be like a united front. And he's like, thank you. That's so sweet. But also, like, in front of the family, like, you don't have to, you can just be you. Like, you don't have to worry about that. But I just think that it was a cute, cool moment. But it straight up addressed everything that you had a problem with last time. So what were your thoughts?
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And we get echoes of it in later chapters. Like, he says something to her later and that's a direct command. And she's like, oh, okay. Like, she's like, oh, okay, commanded. Not maybe to her, but to someone else. I'd have to look. But it was like, oh, maybe me. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I mean, he has the institutional knowledge of what being an immortal is like. Like,
right.
Relationships are different for him. So it was so cool
to
see that. Like, back.
Yeah, I thought that was a really great moment. And then I also thought that it was interesting the conversation they had about Lucien. So what did you think about that? They kind of both came to the conclusion that now Rhys knows Lucien better than Feyre knows Lucien, although they've had different experiences. But one of the quotes that I pulled out was, he said, his talent was wasted in the spring court. There's a reason he had that fox mask, So he is a sly fox, all of that. So we haven't really talked a lot about that, and the imagery or the metaphor of that being his chosen mask that he was stuck in for 50 years was the fox face. But he's a sly fox. And so everybody's like, I mean, maybe you can trust him, maybe you can't. And Feyre, who usually has a pretty good sense of people that she feels like she can trust and she can't, she doesn't really have a good read on Lucien. She's like, I don't super know yet where this guy's gonna land.
Right. I think it was a cool conversation. I have thoughts on it, like where he's gonna land, and to be honest, it's gonna be gray, and that's okay. That's where my thoughts are. Like, I don't know.
I love him morally gray. I'm fine with it.
Yeah. He's not out for himself, but he's out for his feelings, which are not the same thing. and his feelings might be
No.
selfish, and his feelings might be um, selfless. And so you
And
just have to be
feelings
like,
can
oh,
change.
these are your feelings. Like, this is how you're going to react,
Yeah.
selfishly or selflessly. And right now, he's hard up for a young lady who they have essentially captive for her own safety. She can leave if she wanted to, of course, but um, my thinking on Lucian is that like I get like a younger brother vibe, whereas like
Mhm.
Tamlin was like BFFs slash you work for me kind of, but you're also my BFF. Like they're like not quite this way, but like if we're looking at executive levels, Tamlin was like the CEO kind of face of the organization, and then Lucian
Mhm.
was like COO, kind of ran things, but like not, but also was like not didn't really run everything, ran everything by
Mhm.
his best friend slash boss.
Mhm.
Um, this is like an older brother, younger brother vibe. Like Reese is gonna be like, all right, dude, you're kind of like my younger brother here. Like I'm gonna make sure you know fuck up here. This is kind of the role you get
Mhm.
to have, and you get to kind of just watch us do shit. Um, and you might make a bad choice, and it's gonna be okay because we don't care as long as you don't like put the city in danger. We don't give a fuck.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think
But
yeah.
I think it all gets summed up. So Reese is talking and he says it's all a part of the game, Feyre darling. Who to trust, when to trust them, what information to barter. So
Game of Thrones.
yeah,
I
and
mean,
I'm
we
like,
should Game of Thrones.
I was like, all of life, Reese PC. Yeah, you're right. Who to trust, when to trust them, and what information to barter. Like, oh, that's like adulting
I
these days.
like in straight up fantasy worlds, I imagine, and I mean like fantasy, like this kind of genre. I could see like Tamlin swinging some sort of sword, unironically, at a unguarded Reese. Feyre blocks the sword, but pushes her away for whatever reason, and then he tries to swing again, and that's when our fox shows up and makes it and blocks again. It's like, buddy, what are you doing?
Mm,
Do you see what's happening here? Stop
mm,
doing what you're doing. Like your pride isn't that important. Look
mm.
around you. I can kind of see that kind of situation. That feels like a very noble thing, or taking an L for somebody that he maybe shouldn't. He's probably
Yeah,
not dead. He's probably not dead yet. But I got to tell you, I also forgot about the masks completely.
from the first book.
Yep. Yeah, but this feels like a very Fox and the Hound situation. Rest in peace. Fuck, dude. That movie made me cry so much. Yeah, but
I
this
know,
feels like a
right?
very Fox and the Hound situation. Like the Hound is like Reese, and the Fox is Lucian, and they're gonna be
Hmm,
like best buddies, and it's gonna be. Like, did we see this coming? Maybe.
hmm,
Anyway,
hmm.
we'll see.
Yeah, I
He
don't
might
know.
suck.
I don't know about
Lucian
that.
might. Lucian might suck. So
Yeah. So let's talk about like another brother sister relationship. We go back to training with Cassian. So Feyre and Cassian show up and they start and she's like, cool, what are we gonna do? And he's like, it's been like 6 weeks, biatch, we're back to the basics. Like,
right,
let's go. And
which is
as they're
by the way, not to interrupt. That's the right move. So anybody who argues,
right.
why did they go back to no, no, no. That's how people train. We're not practicing here. If you were practicing, it's different. But training is this. Those aren't the same
Mhm.
thing. Sorry. I've had this
You have
conversation
thoughts.
with people recently. Like not this, not about this subject, not about this, but like I've had it's like, no, no, no. You gotta go back to shooting. You gotta learn how to shoot a
Right,
basketball again. Like
right.
anyway, do your
No,
thing.
I hear you on that for sure.
It's
So we have that kind of conversation going, and she's like, "You good, buddy?" And he's like, "I'm fine." And she's like, "Meh, "You seem to not be fine though." And so finally they're like punching it out, and that's when we find out that Cassian's fucking pissed.
yeah,
He's pissed not just at Feyre, he's pissed at Reese too. Because basically what happened and Feyre going to the spring court and without them knowing that she was High Lady, it smells a little too much like when Reese went off to Amarantha to handle it handle that
Right.
situation by himself. So
Right.
it's like the collective trauma of the group is like he always fucking does this. Like he
Mhm.
always has to be the one that is the one that sacrifices, that self-sacrifices, that thinks that he's, not worthy of whatever, so he's going to handle the situation, sacrifice himself for everything else. And like, girl, you are just as bad. Like, and do better.
Yeah. Well, there's like I felt for Cassian too because I like. But listen, we've worked. I don't know about you, maybe, probably. We've worked in organizations where it was like, just let me do it. Just let me do. It's not your. It's not even your job. It's only sort of my job, but it's for sure not your job. Just let me do it. And the figurehead or the face is like, no, I dare you. It's kind of steps. It's like, buddy, will you don't do this? You're not that important, and you're more important over here. Stop it. Like, this is actually what I'm supposed to be doing here. Like, he's don't take this from me. It's rude and it's inconsiderate, and you're more important to me than the situation. The situation is it just I've been in situations like this, and it's like it's irritating, it's rude, and I love it's kind of melodramatic, but where he's like, "We're friends. I would have laid my life for you anyway,
Yeah.
but you're also my queen now, and so
Yeah.
you represent something else I love, and it's not
Yeah.
just you. You represent
Well,
you
and
and your seat."
yeah, I love it. She says, and it says, but it was almost because she says, well, I was his mate before. So what was the difference? And she was like, he said, yeah, you were his mate. So you were his responsibility in a lot of ways. And while I loved you because I loved you as a friend and I loved you as his mate, you weren't my responsibility. But as my high lady, you're mine just as much as I am yours. And I really loved that as
Me
well.
too. I like it.
And just I read it when I was reading as well because like mine, when he says you are mine, it's in italics. And so you're just like, oh, you feel that. Like
Yeah. It
you
was
feel it.
said through gritted teeth.
Mhm.
That's how I read it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have much more to add. It's really quite perfect,
Yeah. Yeah.
to be
It's
honest
great.
with you. It's very
I love it.
and then Nessa shows up and they start doing their weird thing, and Faye was like, "Get me out of here! Get me out of here! Get me out of here! Get me out of here!"
Yeah, she's like, "Oh my god, these people." Like, and honestly, that's how she feels, and she just got there. Like, the rest of them have been having to deal with this for 6 fucking weeks.
Yeah, yeah. Get me out of here! 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 And Reese is like, "I'm in the middle of a council meeting, so
He's like,
sorry."
"I can't really help you on this one, buddy."
The steel mill unions got me by the balls. I got to stay right here. That's not what happened, but yeah.
I mean, it is kind of.
And then Azrael shows up, and he's like, "Oh, I was early to help pick you up."
Yeah,
Yeah, and
well,
she's
and
like,
I also love because like we don't get to see them, right? Like we don't I can tell you how they look in my head, right? We did some fan casting. Maybe we'll do another one for because we maybe should have done that before. I know you were really in a hurry to get from ACOMAF into ACOWAR, but there are some people that you didn't know about when we did the fan casting for ACOTAR.
yeah,
So we might need to think about doing some of that too. But
that's a good idea.
we don't actually get to like see who and what these people look like. So I do love when we get a little bit more insight into different things. And so Reese is like, well, I'm so sorry that I'm not available. My beautiful face has work to do, but don't worry, I sent you the next best thing. So it's like Azrael yet again is like, even Reese, who made her write, I am the most beautiful High Lord. I am the most cunning High Lord, all of that. He's like, I'm gonna send you the second prettiest person in the court, which is Azrael.
It's pretty funny. There's a lot. I love flirting that's got misdirect to it and a little bit of teasing. It's funny because he was like kind of fishing for a compliment there, and she did not. She was not about to give it to him
No.
because Azrael may
Well,
not be the second prettiest person. You know what I mean? Like, So it's
I
like
think Reese is probably aware of who is the second prettiest person, and he probably is right. It probably is Azriel.
you think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he's like, you know what, Azrael's dark and brooding just like me.
I mean, the girls love that.
The girls love that. I'm Batman. Um, I'm
Absolutely.
Batman.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we go out with Azriel, and we have like that little moment as well, where
So
we
can we stop
talked
for a second?
some earlier. Yeah.
Because I do want to talk about that Azrael moment. I'm not really reading the anything deeper than unwanted attention and very, very, very subtle interest, but not a lot of
Oh,
subtle interest between the two, between Cassian and Nesta. It's not all there and on the page, by the way. It's
hmm.
like they're literally making a bigger deal out of it than what's being written between the
Mm.
characters. Do you get the same feeling, or is that just me?
Um. Well, no. I mean, what do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean by it's not? Because like they definitely are circling each other, and they each obviously have it out for each other, based on the commentary and the cuts, that are happening between the two.
Yeah, I mean they've been fierce at and toward each other, and they've been fierce in each other's presence toward other people, right? So there's like it's almost like two dogs barking at each other
Hmm.
sometimes. Um, but I don't like there must be some trope that I'm not super aware of that's written in there. Because I don't, and then like Feyre makes a reference to it more. Amryn makes a reference to it. I think like to their like kind of their squabbling, bickering,
Hmm.
whatever relationship. But I don't really sense any
Well, I mean,
compassion whatsoever.
Cassian by his own mouth said this past time like he can't stay away from her. Like he's got like
Yeah,
survivor's guilt because he promised to help her, and then and when shit hit the fan, he felt like he didn't do that appropriately.
yeah,
Um which is bullshit, and Feyre says what we were all thinking, like, "That's bullshit. You were literally dying and your wings were being shredded and you were still crawling to try to protect her." So, but I think by his own admonition, he's not he can't stay away from her.
right.
And I feel like the rest of the gang, um, are feeding more off of that necessarily than
Okay.
just like what is happening. Like they know, I'm sure like lots off book is probably or off page is probably happening in which they all know each other very, very well, right? Like think of like Aaron or any of your friends that know you super well. And if you were like having some feelings for another person, your friends are going to know that. Right? So I
Yeah,
feel like we're maybe while yes, Cassian has said it, there might not be as much on the page as what you would want. They're not slapping you over the face with it, but the context clues are these people are family. They're all like besties. And if they all feel like this is probably what's happening, then it's probably what's happening.
yeah. I mean, there's character that Cassian has been without Nesta in the room since we've met Cassian. That's been pretty consistent, and then when Nesta's in the room, the character shifts. I notice that for sure. Um, it just seems like I don't know. It just feels different than other situations that I've read before. So I'm like, she does, and in the final section, she does like crack a little smile when Cassian's around. Like you see, like even Favor's like, was that a, was that a, did you,
Hmm. Hmm.
um, which I was ready for. I'm like, okay, can we please move on with it? Because this is kind of annoying. Like, stop this. It's just it wasn't obvious to me. It's not obvious enough. And so, like I said, I understand where you're coming from with how they. It's like, oh, the friends are saying it, so it must be true. But I'm like, well, I'm not seeing it. I'm not reading it. So,
Mhm.
anywho, they have their little bicker session right before Feyre takes off because Amryn is coming to pick her up to begin their training, which is hilarious. Because anyway, I'll talk about that in a minute. But
Yeah.
if you don't mind, let's jump to the next section. I've talked way too much
Yeah.
about stuff today.
Oh no, you're fine. So we're back with Azriel and her first flying lesson. So she summons the wings. We already talked about how they're Azriel's rings. We can skip over that. But he's like, I'm
Performance
gonna need you to
issues.
keep I'm gonna need you to keep those wings off the ground, baby girl. And she's like, what? It's not a big deal. They just like kind of trail behind me. And he's like, no, that's not how we do things. Like, stop it. And so I just thought that was funny. And then it's like it's always back to she's like, great, it's back to Cassian. It's back to all the things. Like you're basically saying my core muscles are shit. Okay, I get it. I'm out of shape. But
yeah, she's gonna come out of this book looking like Adonis. Like she's gonna be ripped diesel. It's gonna be awesome. But I do like
true.
I appreciate that she's not a Mary Sue. So
what is that reference?
Star Wars.
A Mary Sue?
Like in Star Wars, a Mary Sue is like a character that comes in and already knows the game, and you're just like, you didn't earn this.
Oh,
You didn't
okay.
earn any of this. Like, what's happening here?
No, I mean, if anything, that is what the respect. I mean, I get it. There are a lot of times that Feyre is a whiny, just idiot, especially in the first book into part of the second. But she's really done everything on hard mode. Like you have to at least give her cred for the fact that she's not kind of easy buttoning anything. She's having to learn and struggle through every single piece of this.
Yeah, everything's earned, which I appreciate. So personally, I that was my kind of. I was like, oh, okay. And I love that she gets ointment, and it's like, oh yeah, this is gonna hurt later. And I was like, yeah, most of us have had leg day before. We know what it's like. Not soon, but later. It sucks hard. It sucks hard. So yeah, she's like, my back and my core.
Yeah, and then she's like hitting second day sore here too. That's pretty bad. But that takes us to chapter 20 when we hit the library. So man, I love a good library.
Me too.
I love a good library, and we needed one. We hadn't had one in a minute. So this one is underground.
Yeah.
He's getting that mic too close to his face.
Why? What do you mean? Is it loud?
Every time you do it, I'm just like, what are you about to do? Well, you are about to do something that's going to make me uncomfortable.
This library is very intimate. You know what I mean? It's like,
it is.
It's like, oh, yes, it's very intimate. It's the sexiest library ever made. It's so sexy.
Yeah.
It's a straight up girl library. It's like, wait, it's cozy and dark and there's a monster in the basement. Okay.
Okay, this is like oddly specific, but
okay. It's a girl library. Like, sorry.
No, it's like it reminds me of like, okay. Have you ever watched Love Actually?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So it just reminds me of that quote, the damn secretary that Alan Rickman's character cheats with, and she's talking about Christmas parties, and she's like, I love Christmas parties. There's lots of dark corners for doing dark deeds and stuff like that. And that's like this library. Like this library is dark and mysterious. There's all kinds of like Reese is like, I always go down here and hide out in a different place every time. It takes them so damn long to find me that they just don't even bother anymore. Yeah. So there are lots of dark corners for doing dark deeds. And there may or may not be a monster in the bottom. So
it reminds me of never mind. I was gonna say the basement library there at Western Carolina University that no one had eyes on. You could just go down there and do whatever you wanted to in the back corner.
Yeah. Those days are. I'm pretty sure they've like installed cameras and things now, but
sure. It's Western. They don't have the money for that. It's Western Carolina University.
They
Town
do
of
now,
20.
buddy. Have you not been there? They have a
No,
Chili's. They have a Chili's now on campus. It's crazy. Anyhow, so we are.
that school sucks. Okay, that school sucks.
Oh, don't say that.
No, it doesn't suck for other people. It just sucks.
Oh man. So
Um,
we're in the library and we find out a couple of cool things. So the library is basically a temple. It's run by priestesses. And basically they're all like survivors of horrible situations. So we meet
yeah,
one and it's basically like a rehab facility for people who need it. And we find out like even Reese went and spent a few weeks there when he got back from under the mountain when he
right.
was in a bad way as well. Which I mean, I think that's very appropriate. I think libraries are that for a lot of people in real life now.
I agree. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Like I couldn't really even picture it in my head. I just imagine a big cavernous room that went down into the bottom.
Right? It's like almost like the Guggenheim, like the circular art museum, but also like, you know, dark.
Yeah, like I imagine like very earthy. Like if you Google like 430 hertz music that's got
Mhm,
binomial sounds, and you just hear
mhm.
those sorts of sounds. And oh yeah, the priest is all jacked up like physically, and it's like, yeah, they cut her tongue out, these horrible dudes, and then
Yeah.
they broke her hands, so much so that she can't be healed, and she can't be healed because they were healing her after it was broken so that they can't redo it.
Right, so that it would heal broken.
Piece of
And
shit.
so they cut out her tongue so that she wouldn't be able to tell people who did it to her. But then when Moore found her and brought her to the House of Wind because of Reese's mind Daemati powers, he's able to go in, see exactly who it was, and then he's about to go kill them, and Moore's like, "Allow me. I would love nothing more than to make these motherfuckers pay."
Yeah, they suffered.
As they
They
should have.
suffered. Absolutely.
As they should have.
Absolutely.
I,
And
I
then
think that I mean, we talk a lot about like morality and right versus wrong and all the things, but I think in these books and with these characters, there is a lot of like Taylor Sheridan, who writes Yellowstone and wrote like Wind River and a couple of other like shows and movies that are great. What I really like about his series and why I think it speaks to a lot of people is that justice is served, but justice is not necessarily always what is legal, what is allowable, right? Sometimes it is a little vigilante justice,
mhm.
but it is always deserved.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I think my brothers and I have coined this phrase. Sometimes people just need to get their ass kicked, and it's okay.
yeah.
And that's a lot of what happens in these books.
Yep.
Sometimes somebody just needs to get their ass kicked.
And so we kind of have that moment a lot
Mhm.
in these books, specifically as well. Like in the chapter before this, we just had it with Nesta, where she's like, "You know what? Maybe I will help you, but only if I can ensure that those bitches die."
Yeah,
We're
and
all
if
like, "We're okay
I
with that. That's
I wanna
fine."
I I wanna be there in the room when it happens.
Right. I want to
Yeah,
witness it. And if I happen to be the person that got to make that happen, I'd be okay with that too.
right.
And it's the
It's
same situation
hilarious.
here.
It's fantastic. It's hilarious, it's fantastic. Um, yeah, they have this real sexy moment in there. It's like I do wanna talk about Cassian flying down and then getting to the bottom and being scared shitless and flying back up and then just never addressing it.
Right.
Um,
And
I'm
like
trying
years later, hundreds of years later, still can't talk about it without like
I
just about
well,
throwing
and
up.
Bear was like, "So you guys think it might be a monster?" And they're like, "Yeah, maybe." And she's like, "Well, I put the book together. Do you think that might have woken it up?" And they're like, "It might not be a monster. It might be, and it might have woken up. We don't know. We're just gonna keep on keeping on." Because if
Hmm.
Cassian was afraid, that bitch was scary. And so
Right?
I'm very curious to see. if that, because I'm like, that's something I almost Googled. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought about it. I was like, I want to know. I want to
Sir.
know what.
Sir.
Hey, listen, I'm just telling you, it's great detail. It's such good spicy
Right.
detail that.
So
Speaking of
let it
spicy detail,
unfold.
speaking of
Let it
spicy
unfold the way
detail,
it's supposed to. Don't
listen,
be Googling shit.
I don't Google anything. I don't want to
I
know.
will end
I,
you.
you won't. I'm very, very powerful. Um, I will tell you
Sorry,
this.
product placement. We are not sponsored by Diet Coke, but if they wanted to.
Diet Coke sucks. I do like Coke Zero. Coke Zero is real good. But Coke Zero and then Diet Dr. Pepper are the two 0 calorie drinks that are worth it. Diet Sprite's okay too. But yeah, I do. Let's go to this. So they have their little spicy moment where
Mhm.
he about has the lingerie store scene, but in a library. And I'm like, hell yeah, this is hot. And then he bamps away, he winnows away, and she's like,
Mhm.
bitch, now I have to
Where the
think
hell did you
about you for
go?
the now I have to
Like,
think
where'd
about
you
you for the
go?
next 2 hours. And he's like, yeah, you do, and I'm in your head too. And he's like, bitch, and then starts sending him pictures, and she calls him a prick, which I think is a hilarious nickname. Um, I love this moment. We also they don't really find anything, which I think is great. You know, they were like, oh, well,
Mhm.
basically we found that the wall was a temporary measure, and then no one addressed it. So
Right.
so
But I think that it also allowed them to have a conversation about like idealism and like what they want to have happen if bad things happen. So they basically say, he's like, well, we couldn't in the past allow people and refugees into Valaris because they didn't know about
but
it.
yeah,
And now people know about it. So they
yeah.
kind of get to have that conversation to be like, are we on the same page? Like if bad shit happens, are we taking in people? Like, is that what we're doing? And Reese is like, oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, we're definitely gonna do that.
I think they specifically mention humans also. Like it's not just people. It's not just like fairies. It's humans also. It's like, hey, we're
Right.
taking in
It's literally
humans. Like,
anybody that's
yeah.
displaced, regardless of species, or, fae, human, not, lesser, high, whatever. Like, no matter the ranking, if
Which
people
got me
need the help and need the place, they will.
it got me incredibly excited about the next steps of the novels. Like, are
Hmm.
we going to get to a point where every single court's taken except for the night court, and they're harboring fugitives from across, you know, I mean, if that's is that a thing? Yeah, I don't know. It got me, that conversation got me super
Right.
excited about that kind of content. And then when they get finished, they were like, you know, who we should talk to the bone carver.
Oh
Now,
god.
let me tell you what happened. So what happened was I was in bed reading my book, and I got to the bone carver scene, and I was like, "Oh, great, we're gonna jump to the bone carver scene." Oh, I'm supposed to stop right here. Am I? This doesn't feel like a place I should stop. Because you know what? I'm gonna go back and watch the video we just did. And I went and watched. I was like, oh, I get to read 5 more pages. Um, so I had one of those like moments today. I was like, I get to read 5 more pages. Yay! And so we get to read 5 more pages. They don't jump to straight to the bone carver. We get to have like a few more moments.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cueing you.
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
So they've had their little library moments and sassiness and all of that. But I'm just scrolling to get to the next part. There we go, chapter 21.
That's it.
So at this point, we have let's see, she'd been so that's where we find out basically what Amren's doing. So we realize we step in to check on Amren and Nesta, and Amren is doing all the work as far as like she's like, well, maybe we don't Farah and Reese have a conversation. They're like, all right, well, maybe we don't have the numbers, but what if we had the monsters? Okay, cool. Maybe we need to go talk to the bone carver because we know that he wants out. And he wants to be able to like go home to his world or whatever. So maybe we could cobble together all these like, weirdos and folks and people to see if we can't have, a different situation. So we kind
Right.
of talked about it before, but it is a little bit like Lord of the Rings, where like it's not just, we can't just do this with the one force, right? So like we need the Darkbringers. We have to go get the army from Kier, but also, can we use the Bone Carver as like this monster type, undead army, the undead versus, all of the different options, the Riders of Rohan, all this stuff. So it's like, let's go find all of these different allies that we can kind of cobble together
Right.
to get to fight this like war that needs to be the war to end all wars, right? So while Farah and Reese are trying to figure that out and handle strategy, she goes to check on Amryn, who's been like kind of taking Nesta under her wing because she's feels very akin to her. She's like, hey, what y'all doing?
I hated this moment. She's like, dude, hey, just check it in. And Amron's like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah. Hey, y'all, what y'all doing? And
just trying to
Amryn's
see
like,
where y'all are at. It's like, I'm in the middle of something here.
she's like, I'm like trying to teach her how to shield. And Favor's like, oh shit, yeah, I should have thought about that. Like, those are really basic skills that you're gonna need to know. I maybe could have taught you that. Oh wait, oh my bad, my bad. But it's fine because Amryn's got it. Amryn's got it, and she literally has this moment where she's like, maybe I should ask Amryn because she knows everybody that's in that prison, and there might be other monsters, other people we might be able to use in that prison. And she consciously goes, better not. Like, not gonna do that.
We're all right.
We're not gonna tell Amryn about all that.
No, because
Mm-mm.
I think it might be that the Bone Carver is the opposite of Amarin in this world. You know what I mean? It might be that
Well,
that's the
we don't
case.
know.
No,
Nobody
but
knows.
no, but you know what I mean? Like, I love a creature
Yeah.
feature, by the way. This made me feel like creature feature, like, oh, Luke Skywalker is gonna drop down into a pit and fight a big the Rancor or something. Like, I love
Which
a creature feature.
we haven't had a creature feature in a minute. I mean, we had the
No,
Midgard worm in the first one,
we
and
did
then we kind of had the adder.
at
But
the end
it's
of the
about
second.
time. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
about time for a creature feature, don't you
we get
think?
some weird looking like monster thing for them to fight. Yeah. It is.
Yeah, it's
Tis
about time.
time for a
Cheers
creature
time.
feature. You know what? I'm gonna guess the next name of the creature. I like the name Chabuk.
I like Djibouti.
I like Djibouti. Clap 2 times if you hear me. Anyway, the
Yeah, no, that's
oh
hilarious.
no, Emily, Jesus Christ. What is
I'm
going
sorry.
on right now?
I've been at a conference all day long, so I'm running on fumes here. I'm so sorry.
Bro, no one
Um,
likes those. No one likes a 90-minute session. Nobody. Were they 90-minute sessions?
it was I've started we started the day at 7:50 and
Oh,
we finished the day at 7:30. So it was like basically a 12-hour day.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to run like national association events where the first session is at 7:45 and it ends at like 5:45 and you're expected to go to lunch and dinner with and network, and it was
Yeah.
like you get like 30,000 steps. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Anyway,
that today. And now I'm here talking with you.
but you're not in like Honolulu or Miami or Boston. You're not in somewhere kind of sexy. You're like in
What
the
do you
middle
think?
of the US.
You don't think that this like brown on brown couch doesn't scream like we are in a really sexy place?
I'm not going to say what I want to say. So I'm just not going to say it.
No, I'm in
Okay.
St. Louis. I'm in St. Louis at the moment. So
Maybe the most dangerous city in the country. Sure. Okay.
but so we have that, and then we kind of have this, like, everything's happened. Feyre goes to sleep and she has a nightmare, which we haven't seen one of those in quite some time. But
Right.
everything's kind of like all converging at once, and she's processing it in her dreams. And it is like the nightmare. And the nightmare basically is like everybody is being hurt. She can't really do anything about any of it. And worst of all, your girl's back. Amarantha is back in her dream. And is leading Reese away, and his wings are out, and she knows what's about to go down, and his wings were never out when he was with her before. And it's just like all of the things that she fears the most
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah. But that's when you get this command moment, which is great. He's like, breathe. Does he say breathe?
Breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God.
breathe.
But he's like, I don't know how I said it, but I imagine it was like this. Breathe. Just breathe.
Oh my God, you have to not do these things.
That's right, though, right?
So bad.
Am I right?
Yeah. So I have to say, there have been some line readings that you've done that I disagree with. I don't think they're right. That was pretty good.
Thank you.
That was pretty good.
Hey, my King of Hybrid, which we have not done yet because we got to get back to a King of Hybrid scene.
Yeah. I can't wait for that. I did
Me
get a
too.
preview of it. I do think that I'm excited for you to be able to have that moment.
I want to talk right now.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't give it away.
All
Don't
right.
give it away. Don't
Give it away. Give it away. Give it away now. All right. Cool.
Yep.
Where was the part where Nesta like kind of inked a smile? She inked a smile when Cassian walked in because they decided that Cassian was going to go with Feyre to the prison rather than Reese, so it didn't look so dire.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. But also,
right. Yes.
Reese has to go to the Court of Nightmares,
Of course.
with Moore and Azrael. So, and then Nesta and Amryn are going to go with him too. So, I imagine Amryn showing up to the Court of Nightmares and being like, "We need your army." They're going to be like, "All right, no problem. You're the most ferocious being we've ever seen." Yeah, we got it.
Oh my gosh.
What I mean is that not what they think's gonna happen? Like, if I was them, I would think, let's just send Amryn to tell them, "Hey, we need your army," and they're gonna be like, "We voted 5-4 in your favor. We're not gonna tell you who the 4 are. That we want them to live too." Like, like.
I mean, yeah, they are. I mean, every time we've had it, like we just had Lucian meet Amryn, and he was like, she's actually the creature of our nightmares. Like,
she's the boogeyman.
She's the boogeyman that kids are kept in line, for fear of sicking Amryn on them. So
yeah. So that's it. That's the end right there. We've come to kind of an impasse because our group is going to separate. And it's that's the point in the story where shit hits the fan pretty hard. I was going to ask you, what are the next chapters?
I was just pulling that up. So thank you for asking, Luke. So next time we are going to do chapters 22 through 26, which in the trusty paperback is pages 230 through 276. So a little bit shorter of a section.
Nice. Well, not so nice. I'm actually reading faster, which is nice.
Look at you. It's like practice makes perfect, boo-boo.
Well, it was weird. I was reading out loud to my mother today because I was reading something on a screen, and we were on the phone together, and I was just like, is that my voice? Am I reading that well? Listen, I think we're going to cut it short right now. It's been about an hour. You're doing your thing, and I got things to do. So we appreciate you staying this long. We're gonna get back together in the next 3 to 5 days, depending on good behavior. And we'll do the next chapters 22 through 26. If you like this content, please dude.
Like and subscribe.
And check out some other stuff. Listen, I know this is like romantasy and it's fun and it's unisex and whatever. Not you and I sex, but unisex. It's fun.
I don't
We
think
got
anyone
some.
was confused about that, but okay.
Yeah, that was a joke for Hank and William, and they're not going to watch this. Because it's a reference to something we've anyway. There's like other content on the channel that's not romantasy, that's like goofy dude stuff. Check it out. We're just having a good time. It's really just me hanging out with people, letting them kind of enjoy whatever it is they enjoy. And I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. Please tell me about this. So
also, if you do want more romantasy and smutty book content, then you can come on over to my channel as well.
do
where
that.
we pretty much only exclusively talk about these kinds of things.
Do that.
So that's the.smut.oracle.
The laugh isn't part of it.
No,
anyway,
you're right.
Thank you for sticking around this long, and this is where we say goodbye. So later, taters.
Peace.